Hi, this is Dr. Mario Wallace, and welcome to my 3-minute lecture on transformational leadership. Transformational leadership was established around 1978 by Dr. James Burns. This is a leadership style that most people adapt to or adjust to or think they have those characteristics to be a transformational leader. Dr. Burns actually conducted a qualitative research study where he observed and conducted multiple interviews on political leaders, political figures to determine their leadership style. He was a political scientist in which he taught at universities. He taught political science to students and people within universities across the country. So he was curious to know the leadership style of political figures, political leaders. So he conducted this qualitative research study in which he observed and he interviewed multiple people to a lot of people to understand what were the leadership traits that define a transformational leader. The transformational leader is one who understands the goal and the strategies of an organization and know how to take those goals and align them to the people, but also to mobilize people to do the work. The transformational leader, unlike the transactional leader that was also established by Dr. Burns, that was more focused on the task at hand in an organization and making sure that people help to move the task forward, right? From a transactional perspective, the transformational leader not only seeks to move the task forward, but also to transform the employees by developing them, showing empathy towards the employees and looking at performance gaps within the employees to close those gaps so that they can be developed and more enhanced after working with a transformational leader. The transformational leader looks to inspire, to stimulate, and to develop and help people grow. One of the leaders in history that most people identify as a transformational leader was Nelson Mandela. Based on all he went through in South Africa, through apartheid, being in prison for so many years for trying to free the country, to being released from prison and coming out with a strategy to mobilize the communities and transform Africa, in which led to him becoming the president of the country. He is deemed a transformational leader. The historic context of transformational leadership centers around post-Vietnam, when the country was trying to get back on track after all the civil rights movement, the protests, things that took place in this country was basically trying to get the country back on track and change our past and enter into a new future, a transformed future for the country. Thus, transformational leader became a driving factor for the new changes that took place in our country.